Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. This is Kim at Uncensored Food, and you haven't seen me in a while because I've been working. I have music started up again, and now it's kind of doing this. Thank you, Omicron. But anyway, I digress. Today I'm going to make some fresh bagels with my darling Elizabeth here, which is the most amazing kitchen assistant ever. Why don't you have one of these already? So I'm going to make my bagels from scratch, and you're going to say, why not go to a bakery and pick up some bagels? Because I can do it this way in no time at all. I'm stunned at how easy this is. And it's better. Homemade is always better. It's full of love. So I'm going to start by turning it on and selecting bagels, and I'll translate everything for you. This brilliant kitchen assistant will guide you through word for word, step by step on how to make these bagels, but it talks in European, talks in grams and meters and metrics and blah, 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 math. So I'll translate it for you. So when I hit start cooking, I weigh it. This weighs everything, so I take it down to 0. And now it says to add 240 grams of water, which I've gotten pretty good at this. It's counting up, it's counting up, it's counting up. Oh shit, 241, let's go with that. That's about a cup of water, something like that. Hit next, and now it's gonna heat this water for us to 37 degrees for 1 minute. I'll just turn it on. Okay, come right back in 1 minute. Okay, it's all heated, so I'll just hit next, and it tells me, which I've already measured out, 3/4 of a teaspoon of yeast. And next is 450 grams of strong white flour, which I already asked Alexa. That's about 3.5 cups of flour. So we'll zero this out just to...
3.5 cups of flour on your shopping list.
Alexa, remove that from my shopping list. Don't tell me
I've checked off 3.5 cups of flour from your shopping list.
Don't tell me we're not being listened to at all times. All right, that's 120. I guess I should put flour on the shopping list after all. Done. Next, sea salt, 1.5 teaspoons. Salt is kind of key. Blah, 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 that's 1.5. Teaspoons of salt, vegetable oil, 1.5 teaspoons. So, should be measuring. But when you do this at home, it's 1.5 teaspoons of oil, which is about that much. What's that? Shit. And 1.5 teaspoons of barley malt. You know what that is? Honey. Or sugar, or something like that. Yeast needs sweet in order to work. So we'll go 1.5. I should be measuring better, but it's not how I play. Put the top on, and now this is going to knead the dough for just 20 seconds. What are you doing today? Okay, that's initially kneaded together beautifully. Now it says for 3 minutes. Just turn it on and let it knead the dough. That's all there is to it. I'll be right back. So while Elizabeth is doing all the dirty work for me, I clean up my workstation and get ready for the next step. I love the ease of this. 3 minutes is a long time to wait. What if I had to do it by myself and get my hands dirty? Well, we're down to 18 seconds, so now comes the fun part. Who am I kidding? It's all fun. Okay, all kneaded. Beautiful, huh? The next step is just to turn this out onto a lightly floured surface. This doesn't need any other kneading or futzing to happen. And then just roll it into a log very easily. Boom, 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 boom. No more kneading. Cut it into 6 pieces. 7. 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll put some of this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then some. Okay, once you get 6 somewhat even pieces, simply take it and make balls out of it. Here's the way I have found to make it the easiest way. So by doing it this way, you know, spreading them out like this and then pinching the bottom, it gives you a nice smooth surface on top. This is how the bakeries, I guess, do it. I don't know. I like the nice round mound of bagels. Not exactly the same size. So let's fix that. Okay. 6 balls. Cover it up with a little saran wrap and walk away for 20 minutes. Just let it rest. So while I'm letting these rest, I put a little water and a little drop of soap in here to clean out the bowl. And I will go to the blah, 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 blah. I will go to the clean function. Hit that button. And it asks me, what are you cleaning? Dough, universal, fat or caramel, or browning. So I'll just put it on dough and walk away, and this will clean itself. It'll be immaculate. I love Elizabeth. Okay, it's done cleaning. So, spotless. Absolutely no scrubbing. Done. We're done with Elizabeth right now, so now we're just waiting for the timing on this, and then I'm going to show you how we finish the bagels. Stand by. Okay, 20 minutes later, these have rested. They've risen a tiny bit, not much. So all you do now is flatten them out a little bit with your fingers. Try to keep them as round as possible. Put a hole in the center with your thumb. Blah, 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 blah. And lay them on a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet. Do that 6 times. Okay, we have 6 of these made now. So now what you do, simple as can be, is cover them tightly with an oiled piece of saran wrap over this cookie sheet. Again, 20 minutes. Here we go. So I'll go and do 18 other things in the 20 minutes I'm waiting to cook the bagels. Because that's how I roll, kids. These will stay covered till they're just beginning to rise. 20 minutes, see ya. Okay, my little bakers, this is what's next. Set a pot on the stove, get it just to a gentle boil, turn the oven on to 500 degrees. Take this much baking soda and put it in the water. I don't know how much that is. Tablespoon, something like that. We're gonna boil these things for 1 minute on each side and then put them in the oven. You ready? Here we go. Bada boom, oops. Try to get them right in there. Don't crowd your pan, put 3 at a time. They'll float a little bit. 1 minute, then flip and do it again, then take it out. How they float? You want that. Keep this at a gentle boil. You do not want to knock the shit out of them. Been a minute, so flip using 2 forks. That's the not pretty side. We all got a pretty side and a not pretty side. This is the not. Doesn't that look good? We're gonna cook it at 500 degrees for 8 minutes, and then we're gonna turn the oven down to 446. That's what they said. For another 6 minutes or so, possibly less, and that's just to get them brown. We'll see what happens. Well, here we go. Another 6 minutes just till they got brown. Oh, my goodness, look at this. Homemade, absolutely glorious smelling bagels. But I have made one tragic mistake, and that is I don't anywhere in this house have any locks. So before I can actually finish this video, I gotta go to the store. But there you go. Fat, fluffy, brown, perfect bagels. Roxy and I, we gotta go shopping. Well, there we have it, my friends. All these delicious bagels. I made 6 big, fat, sumptuous, perfectly browned bagels in about an hour, and 40 minutes of that hour's time it took resting and rising. So here we are, I'm back from the store. Delicious lox, cilantro, onions, tomatoes, and homemade bagels. You can do this too. This is Kim at Uncensored Food. Come and visit with me. And if you're in my neighborhood, knock on the door. Got a lot of food to eat. See ya.